look at the new compensation plan. And over the next few weeks, I'd say that you really want to commit to come onto the webinars every week for at least the next 3 weeks. I know it's a big commitment, but we're going to be teaching and expanding on all of this we were sharing on the cruise over the next 3 weeks. And so it's going to be a learning curve for you too. And if you've got a team, it's going to be very important that you know what's going on, because your team will be coming to you and saying, hey, what's happening? The new compensation plan is designed on a partnership. And in a partnership, if there's 2 people in a partnership, it's a 50-50 share. So what we're looking at now is a business model where 50% of all sales goes to the members and 50% goes to the company. A easy to explain, transparent compensation plan. Now, with the best will in the world, ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure you'll agree, the old compensation plan was pretty complicated. In fact, I'd argue you probably need a PhD to explain it. Moreover, most never understood it. And when people don't understand what they're doing, they tend to do nothing. They become frozen. They just can't move left, right, forward, or backward. So it was very important that in this reset, we create a scenario where you could, if you had no internet connection, and you only had a napkin and a pen, you could present the Leo business to someone on one side of a napkin in about 3 minutes. And at the end of it, they'd either say, I want to know more. They say, that's not for me. And now you can do that, ladies and gentlemen. And we're going to teach you how to do that in the coming weeks as we move forward together. So let's take a look how this money gets divided up. Let's look at the memberships half first. So £100 comes in, £50 of it is going into the membership. £47 of that would go into the compensation plan to pay out everything I'm going to show you. And £3 of it, or 3%, goes towards events, incentives, and trips, etc. So very transparent, very easy to explain if you're talking to a prospect when they say, well, how's this money get divided up? So then what happens to the company's half? Now, this is something you'd never normally see in network marketing. Certainly with all the clients I've worked with over the years, I've never known a company or board that were prepared to reveal to its members exactly what they do with their half. But if you're in a partnership, transparency is the key. And when you have transparency, you develop trust. And when you have trust, you have loyalty. And when you have trust and loyalty, you have commitment from both sides of the business. The company and the membership. This is a partnership. It's not a them and a us. So 23% will go to product and ownership costs, 5% in IT development, 2% for Leo causes. Do you remember I said that every product sales will generate money into the causes pot so we can build more schools and all that lovely stuff. 15% goes to fixed overheads, so that's salaries and offices and stuff, you know, tables, chairs and legal fees and all the stuff that goes on running a business today. And then 5% for profit. Now, you may say, well, 5%, that's a lot of profit, isn't it? 5% profit is a gross profit scenario, and that's a best case scenario because sometimes you have things come along you have to pay for you weren't expecting, and then obviously you have to pay corporation tax and all that stuff out of it. So now you know exactly what happens to the members' half. You now know what happens with the company's half, and this means that the business can move forward where everybody's very, very clear on how it works, why it works, and the things we can and cannot do. So the new compensation plan now exists in the back office, so you can go there and download it. It's been condensed down really into one page you'll see in the middle here, because the front page is just a flashy front page. The back page is just some text which explains some of the things. It's really the page in the middle that tells you everything about the comp plan, and you could explain the entire comp plan purely by using that single page in the middle of the screen. So do go to your back office after the webinar, download it, guys. It's there in French, Chinese and English, I believe. Other languages to come in coming days. So now let's look at what's happened to the compensation plan. Well, in fact, not what's happened to it. Let's look at our new compensation plan. And again, this was done through discussions internally and externally with key leaders around the world, looking also at industry trends, things that are happening, and also recognizing the fact as we do that we need to be rewarding our new members and our biggest segment of members the most. And I'll explain that more as we go through these next few slides. So the first thing is industry first, guys. This is groundbreaking. First direct sales company I've ever come across, and I've been checking online, I can't find any that do it, where there is a 3-level direct sales commission. Now, let me explain that. So at the bottom there, we've got a new customer. Let's say that's me. And let's pretend that you're the person on level 1. You introduced me to the business. And then you've got your sponsor, haven't you? That's the person on level 2. And then above them is their sponsor, so level 3. Let's say I purchase a £1,000 VIP Leaders Business Pack. That means that you will receive 5% of that, okay? And so will your sponsor, and so will their sponsor. Now, that's 5% of the monetary value. If you look on the left-hand side of the screen, you'll see it showing it as 10% there. Now, the reason is that our products now, our main 5 products that you see, that I showed you just now, will carry 50% BP. So if it's a £1,000 pack, it will be 500 BP, which means, depends which way you want to look at it, is 5% of the pounds is your commission, or it's 10% of the BP is your commission. It's the same number, just viewed from a different angle. 3 levels. Why do that? Well, because you need to reward the newest people in the business the quickest. Because network marketing businesses grow because of new members, new growth, because they're the ones that will go out and bring on new customers and new team players, etc., etc. So you always got to be mindful of the fact that your newest members are the ones you want to get instant gratification to within that 30-day period. And there's a high degree of possibility that all of these people you're seeing there on level 3, 2, 1 and the new customer have been in the business for less than 30 days. So they instantly start to see commissions coming as they're doing what they're taught to do, and they're getting rewarded. Rather than just having a 1-level direct sales commission, it's better to have 3 levels. The guys on the cruise are tremendously excited about this, and I'm sure you will be too when you sort of sit back and think about it and analyze it. Because the faster people see results, the more excited they become. The more excited they become, the more action that they take. The more action that they take, the more results that they get. Direct sales is a very, very simple business model. The more work you do, as long as it's smart work and good work, the more results that you'll get. So that's our income number 1, direct sales commission. Income number 2 is our network bonus. Now, this is paid on BP, which, as I just said to you, is 50% of the retail price, not including sales tax. And this has been changed around slightly, again, because we're wanting to reward action, and we're wanting to reward the biggest chunk of the Leo membership. And that happens to be between the rank of platinum and senior executive. So as a customer, you get no network bonus because you're a customer. You're not a member, you're a customer. Once you hit the rank of bronze, silver and gold, you will get 5% network bonus. That's 5% of the BP in your lesser leg or your smaller team. Platinum to senior executive is now 10%. So now the biggest segment of the business is getting the biggest chunk of the network bonus. Now, some leaders might look at that and go, oh, well, I've just taken a pay cut. I don't think that's a good idea. The good leaders look at that and go, I get it. I get why we should be rewarding the platinums to the senior executives. And my team is so big anyway that 8% bonus is enough. So this is why we want to get someone to the rank of platinum the first 30 days. Because what you're effectively doing is giving them instant gratification, and you're doubling their network bonus ability, because now they get 10% instead of 5% of their lesser legs team's volume. And then for the directors to vice presidents, they will get 8%. So the new model is 0 for customer to member. It's always been that. Bronze, silver and gold, 5%. Platinum up to senior executive, 10%. And director to vice president will be 8%. And that's paid in exactly the same way that it's always been paid. This is a better, more effective way to pay out network bonus, and the money is going where it should go. And we now have the lever there to help people through bronze, silver and gold to get to platinum quickly so that they can double up on their network bonus. Great positive move, this. This came from the field, and it was actually discussed a couple of years ago, and it was decided at that time it wasn't the right thing to do. But it's the right time to do it now, because obviously we're doing the reset. You can also enjoy up to £15,000 per week as normal in your network bonus payment. So no changes there. Okay, next one, rank awards. We've made some changes to the rank awards because, again, we want to ensure the money's going in the right places and also want to invest more money in certain areas and less in others. So let's take a look at how this now has come out. Still over £800,000 that are available in rank awards if you go all the way through the ranks to the top. And rank awards should be designed to motivate and inspire team members to develop their Leo team through rank advancement. And as our old friend Zig Ziglar always says, you can have anything you want in life if you help enough other people get what they want. So this is really designed for networkers like you, leaders who are committed to helping their team members to rank advance. They're not focused on their own rank. Because if you help your team to rank advance, you will rank advance naturally. But if you're sitting there thinking, I want to be vice president, you're going to wait a very long time because no team is going to get you promoted to vice president. You need to help them go to executive, director, and all the other ranks, and then you naturally will float up to the rank of vice president. So here is the spreadsheet, which you saw in the middle of the comp plan. And so I can explain some of the major changes. The RP total is the same, but the great news is, you can see up there on the screen, is RP now equals 100%. So you sell a £1,000 educational pack, you get 500 BP and 1,000 RP. And again, this is a bold move by me here, Dan, and the senior management, because what they're really saying to everybody loud and clear is this business for you to develop is about helping people to rank advance. And we want to help you do that. So we're going to give you 100% RP. Now, there are some changes. So you'll see now that bronze, silver, gold, and platinum, there is no physical rank award. The reason for that is that people use those rank awards to game or manipulate the compensation plan. And it wasn't really doing what it needed to do. So now the reason to move quickly through the ranks to platinum is because you're going to double up on your network bonus. As you'll see there, you go from 555 suddenly to 10. Physical, be them crypto, cash, or trip awards, come in at the rank of associate all the way up to vice president. We've scaled back the vice president reward, okay, so we can spend more money in other areas. Again, moving money from the top into the middle section. The executive trip has now been increased to a £2,000 executive trip. Okay, that means better locations, it means better training and all the other things that we need to do. And you'll now see there at the director level, there's a thing called the President's Vacation Club. And that is a £5,000 trip plus your £15,000 business ownership award, which used to be 20, but that's now 15 because we've taken 5 to use for the President's Club trip for you. Assuming, of course, that you hit the rank of platinum in the first 30 days, you'd be entitled to get the 15K when you hit director. This, again, shows you in one screen what you need to do, what you're going to get, how you get it, your network bonus, and your weekly earnings cap. Anybody can explain this compensation plan with just this screen here or a printed version of the compensation plan because everything you need to know is there. You don't need all of the other funky things that were going on, which actually didn't deliver what they were designed to deliver. And I'll give you an example, reverse matching bonus. This was something that I found very curious when Dan asked me to come and work with you guys. And it was so curious, I thought I'd do a little experiment. So I got the username of one of our leaders, and I just went in to the company website, signed myself up, and put that username in as my sponsor. Didn't tell the person I was doing it because I wanted to see what was happening. So I bought a pat and dumped myself under this particular person. And they were a successful leader. And I just sat and watched. And to my amazement, I started earning money. I didn't bring anyone into Leo. I didn't sell any product. I just each week logged in and I got more money and more money and more money. And when I hit £500, I called Dan and I said, Dan, I've earned £500 in the network. He said, how have you done that? I said, well, I signed myself up under this particular leader. He said, but what have you done? I said, well, nothing. I'm just collecting the reverse matching bonus. And then it was like a light bulb lighting up for all of us. The reverse matching bonus was meant to be there to inspire and encourage people to join the Leo team because it was something different that no one else had seen. And what had been created actually was a bit terrifying, that people could just sign up willy-nilly where they'd like under leaders and get paid for doing absolutely nothing. Now, you might say, well, it's nice to get something for nothing. Well, of course it is. But what that means is that we're taking money away from people who are actually working and actually developing the brand and giving it to people that are doing nothing. Now, obviously, I never took that money. Why would I? I hadn't earned it. It just sat there. But I just needed to prove the point. And that's just a silly example of some of the things that have happened. If a compensation plan is too complicated and can't be explained on a napkin, people won't join. Because if they're confused, they won't join. They need to know it's a simple business model. It's direct sales. You sell something, you get paid. You build a team that sells something, you get a small bonus, if you like, for developing and helping that team. Simple. All of these other funky things that come into compensation plans are only there to either confuse people, or they're there with the best intention, but they never really deliver the results that you and the corporation will be looking for. And if you work as a partnership, we all need to know it's working for both sides, because without you guys, there is no Leo. And without Dan and me here and all the employees and the IT staff, there is no you guys, because you work together hand in glove. You are a partnership that is reliant on each other to make it work. So this is a fair compensation plan that pays 47% of the income to the people who are doing the work. The executive trip, still a 4-day executive trip, luxurious locations, 1-day conference, world-class trainings, exclusive activities and professional networking. All-inclusive basis still, so including your hotel, food, drinks, and activities, travel bonus towards your flights and visas, of course, still exactly the same as it was previously. The new President's Vacation Club, however, different story. And I think for a lot of you on here today, this is going to be your next big thing, your big, what's your it? This is it. If you're looking for something to get motivated about over the coming weeks and months, then it should be to be at the first President's Vacation Club, because not only will you get that lovely gold pin so that everybody in the world of Leo will know that you were at that year's President's Vacation Club, which means that you must be a winner and a producer, because this is something you can only go to by achieving the rank of director. So for all of you that aren't directors, your goal should now be to get to a director, so you get this exclusive invitation to world-class luxurious locations. It's a 7-day trip of pure pampering. All-inclusive basis. This trip is worth over £5,000 per person. Your flights are booked by the company. So you will get notified by the events team that at 9 a.m. a car is coming to pick you up at your home. It drives you in style to the airport where they check you in. You get on the plane. You relax on the plane. When you land wherever the event is, you'll be collected by car and driven then straight to the location. So the company will control ground transportation on your flights. You don't need to worry about that at all. You'll get top-notch training from internal and external world-renowned trainers. Friendship, fun, and special gifts when you're on this trip. Exclusive trips on this trip. Coaching from senior management, including one-on-one mentoring with Dan and other senior management. Professional networking. You must qualify as a new director to attend. And anyone who's in a director already, and don't say, oh, I've missed out. You've already had rewards for being director. Existing directors and above are expected to attend this, but you have to buy in. This will become the pivotal week of the year when new directors and directors on hire are together in one location with the senior management experiencing a beautiful location and experience, but at the same time being able to discuss and map out and talk about the future of the company. That's what partnerships do. And we're moving forward as a 50-50 partnership, which means that we want to have the right people around Dan and all of the senior managers and advisors he has to be able to work collectively together to push Leo, powered by Anderson, into the new world of where it needs to be. Because this is the time for Leo to really shine and move forward. It's been a tough year, but guess what? We're still here. You know, there were people that said the cruise wouldn't go ahead. It went ahead, and everybody had a fantastic time. They got to learn from Dan and me here and the other speakers. They got to network with each other and make new friends. And also, they got to expand their vision for the future and maybe set bigger and smarter goals for where they actually want to go. So I urge all of you to make sure you're on the first President's Vacation Club, because it will be like a badge of honor to actually got yourself onto that one. So that's the compensation plan done. And if you can't explain that on the back of a napkin, then maybe network marketing is not your gig, because you can't get much simpler than that. The plan rewards the workers. It rewards the vast big bit of the membership rather than just a couple at the top or a few new ones at the bottom, or people like me that just sign up to see how much I could earn for doing nothing and to test the system. Outside of that, there's an exclusive active member bonus. And this is how it is now. This is subject to change. It could change at any time. But what the company also wants to do is to encourage and enact change. And the way to do that is to offer some incentives. So the exclusive member bonus means that you can receive 15% of your purchase amount back by doing some things in your first 30 days. So you introduce me, I spend £1,000, I buy the biggest pack because I'm really serious about learning, I want to be a leader. And if I do a personal purchase, I've done that, and I complete my KYC, I register for weekly global webinars, and I complete Dan's Line Code training, I will receive £150 back. It's like cash back, but it's not cash back. It's an active member bonus because I've done those things. And this was something that big leaders around the world wanted, because they want a way to get people to follow the system and quickly get into action. And if they can do their KYC and register for webinars and do Dan's Line Code training, we've got them doing something in the first 30 days, which means we're more likely to get them to platinum in their first 30 days. So the 15% active member bonus is a real cool thing. I mean, on a basic pack, it's only £3.75, but you're only spending £25 anyway. And on a leader's business pack, it's £150. It's just an added bonus to say, look, if you're serious and you want to get active, then do these things and the company will reward you. Now, this will be paid in different ways. So it's very important that you come on Monday's webinar with Dan and me here next Monday. Make sure you make time in your diary to come on, because they'll be talking about this and other things that are very, very important. There's too much to give you in one day. You know, we had a whole day on a cruise ship. I can't give you all of that in an hour because it'd be too much information. So the webinar next week, do make sure that you're on it. Me here will be on, and he will be coming on to discuss something very, very important, because it has to do with rank awards. Because you remember in the rank awards, I said it could be crypto, cash, or trip, and it has to do with the crypto element of rank awards. And he'll also be talking, Dan will be talking about the active member bonus and how that works and what you can do with it. All I would say is that you may have seen in the back office there's a new product there called Top Up. And you can see there's a C there with an arrow pointing at the top up. I'm not going to give you much more than that on what it is, because it's something that me here wants to talk about with you next Monday. But the product is already there and people are already buying it. And it's a product that really is going to revolutionize the business. It's going to revolutionize the way we do business as regards to rank awards and things like that. And it's really cool. Where me here and his guys get these ideas from, I've got no idea. But when he explained it to me on the flip chart, I get it. And I'm not that techie when it comes to things like cryptocurrency, but it's a really, really cool thing to do. The packs are £1,000. You've got to be bronze or above to buy one of these packs, okay? And you'll get all the information about the packs from me here next week. The RP is 1,000, the BP is 125. People that were on the cruise are already buying the pack because they understand it. It's very, very cool what this is going to do for you and your teams and the business. So if you don't want to wait till Monday, you could always get hold of your upline that was on the cruise and say, what is Andy talking about? I need to know more about this top-up pack. If you don't want to wait till next week, but you're happy to wait till next week, wait till next week. It's always fun. So they are available now in the back office if you want to go and take a look and find out more about it. So call to action. Gosh, hour's nearly gone. Upgrade your externally held Leo coins before midnight tomorrow night. Otherwise, you're going to be very upset. Review and download the new compensation plan and make sure you have a copy with you and also talk to your teams about it. Review and download the new Discover Leo PowerPoint. Very important. Delete the old ones. Can't be using the old PowerPoints now because you'll be misrepresenting. You'll get yourself in drama. Okay, the new PowerPoints are there. Check out the new recruitment website. Okay, what you'll see is that the actual Discover Leo videos won't be live on there till probably the end of the week. They're in the middle of being translated and having the voiceovers done. But the rest is there. The first 2 videos are there. But go and have a look, have a play. Check out the new products and what's in those. So you're talking when you talk to new prospects from a position of authority and understanding. Take advantage and purchase your own top-up pack if you've got the information and you've spoken to your upline. Attend next week's GAM for sure, and I would commit and put it in your diary to be on them for the next 3 weeks, guys. I would not miss out because, you know, if you don't get the information, you don't have the advantage of being able to speak from a position of authority. And people get really upset. Well, I didn't know. Well, then come on the GAM. You know, Jeff spends a lot of time and energy sending out recordings of these GAMs and write-ups of these GAMs. He's probably scribbling away right now what I'm talking about. But half the people don't ever read the thing. So, you know, come on the GAM live or come on live and look at the recording and the notes that Jeff sends you because you need to see things a couple of times when there's a lot of information like this. And the biggest one for me is set a goal to become a director and attend the first President's Vacation Club. And in fact, better than that, why don't you set a goal to help 2 of your team to qualify as director and come to the first President's Vacation Club, and you'll be a director anyway. If you help someone on your left and someone on your right to go director, you by default would become a director and you'd be able to attend too. It's about helping other people, guys. And this really, we're going to see in the last quarter of 2019, an explosion for the business. An explosion. Dan has had lots of time to think, lots of time to strategize, and he's fired up like you wouldn't believe. It's so great when you see a senior management team working with senior leaders in the field to come up with what you've just seen, because this is a win-win-win-win situation. The customer wins with new, more relevant packs at price ranges that suit every need and budget. You win because you're selling a product where indirect sales, you get commission and bonuses because you're doing what it takes to develop a brand and a customer base. The entire team wins, the corporation wins, because we're now in a position where we're getting more turnover, which means we've got more money to invest in future developments, future products, more into the business, more we sell, more goes into the membership. It's simple as that. And then lastly, the community and the kids win, because now 2% of everything we sell will go into the pot so Camilla and the team can do more and more and more and more schools. I know when Dan said he wants to open 300 schools, a lot of you probably sat there and thought, yeah, I bet. I've got to tell you, that's underplaying it. If we all only take this half seriously over the next 3 months, we can push the business through the stratosphere and go into 2020 with a new vision, a new commitment, and a new enthusiasm for what we're doing, working together, developing and redeveloping the Leo brand powered by Anderson. Thank you so much for your time, ladies and gentlemen. I really appreciate each and every one of you. For those of you on the cruise, it was so good to spend time with you. For those of you who weren't, make sure you're on the next trip because we have a great time. Set your goals, plan your work your plan. If you buy that idea, I'll close by saying I'll definitely see you all over the top. Take care.